Shalom, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Shai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Shai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Shai. Let's give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles, elders, bishops, the great millstone. And peace and salutations to the hopeful elect across planet Earth, pushing this truth and sincerity, the spirit, and the truth. I just want to talk about, that crown, and the history of a crown, because the ones that make it out, the ones that are delivered, the elect, the remnant, they're going to receive, a crown, which, a physical crown, but it also represents, royalty, rulership, dominion, over the planet, joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, because he's coming back to take the crowns of all these kings of the earth today, man. Coming to conquering and to conquer. But yeah, this is Second Ezra 2. Second Ezra, chapter 2, 42. Ezra saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest. And upon every one of their heads he sat crowns, and was more exalted, in which I marveled at greatly. And the man of high stature, Yahweh Shai, man. In the midst, that multitude of those, the remnant, the elect that were delivered. And Yahweh Shai sat crowns upon every one of them, man, which he marveled at. So it was a beautiful crown that, the men that overcome and persevere unto the end are going to receive. So I asked the angel, and he said, Sir, what are these? And he answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of the Most High. Now they are crowned and receive palms. So yeah, man, the ones, the elect, the ones that endure to the end, the ones that confess the name, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. Yahweh Shai said, those that confess my name before men, I'll confess their names to the Father. So that name is important to push, the name of the Heavenly Father and the Son, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Yahweh Shai. It says, and they are there crowned and receive palms, man. So that's a beautiful thing. But yeah, going back, just to the history of that crown, in the book of Josephus, Antiquities of the Jews, I believe it's book 3, book 3, chapter 7, concerning the garments and priests of the high priest. In section 6, but it goes into the crown and the history of the crown in Israel and how it was likened unto a pomegranate. Section 6. It says the high priest Mitri was the same that we described before. It was wrought like that of the other priest, above which there was another, the swaths of bruised embroidered and rounded, and round it was a golden crown polished. I'm going to read this whole thing, but it says, such as we see the navel of a pomegranate with its notches, and indeed such as a coat grows over this plant, and renders it a hemisphere, and that, as one may say, turn accurately in the lathe, and have its notches extend above it, which, as I said, grow like a pomegranate. Of this was a crown made, as far the hinder part of the head to each of the temples. But the ephilus for so this calyx may be called did not cover the forehead, but it was covered with a golden plate, which had inscribed upon it the name of the Most High in sacred characters. And the name of the Most High, man, on the crowns. And such ornaments of the high priest. So basically, it was fashioned after the calyx of a pomegranate. Just do like a Google search, AI, or mention the pomegranate crown. It says, this passage, Josephus describes the attire of the Jewish high priest, specifically explaining the symbolism of the Mitri headpiece and the ephilus, the calyx. Description. Josephus explains that a crown was made based on the calyx of a pomegranate plant. He describes this calyx as having jagged spikes that resemble the crown of a pomegranate. So you see that right here. The calyx looks exactly like the crowns nowadays, man. So, Jacob is the former of all things. So the calyx, that little navel point of a pomegranate, man. So Jake, man, he fashioned the crowns after pomegranates unto this very day. You see these crowns nowadays that are shaped like that. So, Jake is different, man. Jeremiah 10:16. A portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. Yahweh Shem Shai is his name. So Jacob is the former of all things out here, man. That crown, embroidered with all types of jewels and precious stones with the name of the Most High on it. So you never know. So that's a beautiful thing, man, to receive that crown. He says that Ezra's marveled greatly at it. So who knows how, these crowns are going to look like, man. But they're going to be beautiful. And even King David, when he took the crown, this is 2 Samuel 12:26, the king of Rabbah. And Joab fought against Rabbah. This is 2 Samuel 12:26. And Joab fought against Rabbah and the children of Ammon and took the royal city. So they took the crown, man. They took the cities. The scriptures say the saints shall take the kingdom, man. Nothing's going to change. Esau's not going to hand over his kingdom. So when Yahweh Shai comes back, wait ye upon me till I rise up to pray, as the Lord said. Those saints of the Most High, those saints of the Lord, the elect, man, they're going to take the kingdom. The Lord's going to give you power to do it. Joab sent messengers to David and said, I have fought against Rabbah. I have taken the city of waters. Now therefore gather the rest of the people together and encamp the city and take it. At least I take the city and it be called after my name. And David gathered all the people together and went to Rabbah and fought against it and took it. And he took their king's crown from off his head, the weight whereof was a talent of gold, and the precious stones, with the precious stones. And it was set on David's head, and he brought forth the spoil of the city in great abundance. So that crown that he put on his head was a talent of gold, man. That talent is 75 pounds. So that was a big crown with precious stones on it, man. So that's a beautiful thing to have, man. The physical crown as well as what that crown represents, rulership and royalty, man. 75-pound crown that was put on David's head, man. Took it from that king. The precious stones, man. So that's why it's important to put your best foot forward in this truth, man, so you can reap the rewards. This is 2 Corinthians 9:6. But this I say, he which soweth sparingly shall reap also sparingly, and he which soweth bountifully shall reap also bountifully. So yeah, you want to put your best foot forward and push this truth, to the best of your ability. Give it your all. No matter what talent you were given, your ability, your measure of this truth that you were given. Some were given 5 talents, some were given 1 talent. You don't want to be the guy that was given the 1 talent, and hid it in a napkin. But you want to let that talent shine to the best of your ability, man. With a measure of faith, with a measure of ability that you were given in this truth, man. You want to sow it bountifully, man, so that you can reap bountifully, man, those blessings. Let's flip it to the AMP. It says, now remember this. He who sows sparingly will also reap sparingly. And he who sows generously, that blessings may come to others, will also reap generously and be blessed. Yeah, man. So you definitely want to sow bountifully, man. Get your crown, man. Lord will, man. If you're part of the elect, you make it unto the very end. You persevere unto the very end. Endure unto the very end. Let no man, take your crown. Yeah, it's Revelation 3:11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Man. You don't want no man to push you out this truth, man. Whether it be, your family, your work, job situation, some dude in the world, or some guy even in the truth, Let no man, take your crown in this truth, man. Let's just flip that to the, see what the AMP says. I am coming quickly. Hold tight that you have this truth, man. Hold tight unto it, man. You're going to need it. So that no one will take your crown by leading you to renounce the faith. Yeah, don't let no man influence you to renounce, this faith, man. Keep pushing on, man. With that, shalom.